Welcome to another video, as we do the same thing, games, movies, and the entertainment news. So make sure to smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. So let's get into the video. So today we present to you the 5 new open world games in 2021. Number 5. Subnautica Below Zero. Subnautica Below Zero launched in May of 2020. This video game brought out the same gameplay style as the original Subnautica title, but with some new twists. In this game, players are going through the Arctic region of Planet 4546b as you set out to investigate what happened to your sister. If you played the past game, then you can expect more biomes, although a smaller map. Still, there's plenty to explore, and as you roam around, you'll find that there's not much in terms of empty locations. Overall, this is still a survival game, so you'll need to gather resources to ensure your survival. As a result, you'll need to explore icy caves, snowy peaks, and the ocean depths below. Although, you'll still have to be wary of the hostile alien creatures that roam around the area. Number 4. Ratchet & Clank Rifts Apart. New Ratchet & Clank game came out this year, called Ratchet & Clank Rifts Apart. The main focus of this title is that you're able to transport around areas quickly. Essentially, players can open up teleports and pop right into a new world. Overall, the game is still a third-person platformer with plenty of action and exploration. However, the narrative and jokes seem a bit toned down this time around for those of you who had played previous Ratchet & Clank games. After all, we're talking about games that had titles like Up Your Arsenal and Size Matters. Still, it's a solid video game experience and a PS5 exclusive to pick up if you're lucky enough to get your hands on it. It's a trend with this list, but Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is not an open-world video game experience. That said, there are open areas to explore, which can be reasonably large. Still, it's a bit linear, and you'll know where exactly you'll need to be. Now, if you're entirely new to the Ratchet & Clank franchise, then this installment is still fine to jump into. There is no real need to go back to complete past games, although you might get a bit more appreciation from this latest installment if you're coming in with some prior Ratchet & Clank experience. Number 3. Forza Horizon 5. How many of you expected the next Forza game to be the Forza Motorsport installment? Instead, we got a bit of a surprise when Forza Horizon 5 came out. This is a racing game series, but it blends simulation and arcade-style racing a bit together. It's easy to get the controls and figure out just how to race around the tracks. Likewise, the games feature some rather significant and impressive maps to race around in. When it comes to Forza Horizon 5 from Playground Games, we're getting tossed into an open world based around Mexico. As a result, this means having quite a diverse set of environments to travel around in. These could range from an active volcano, jungle, beaches to cities, just to name a few areas. That should mean a relatively large map this time around. And even dynamic weather systems. You'll have anything from dust to tropical storms rolling in, which should play a role in driving conditions. And Forza Horizon 5 is coming out on November 5th, 2021, so be ready for it. Number 2. Monster Hunter Rise. Monster Hunter Rise was released this year, although it's worth pointing out that this game launched for the Nintendo Switch. PC players will receive this game sometime in 2022. With that said, it's your typical Monster Hunter video game experience. It's all about the grind as you hunt down big behemoth monsters roaming around the areas. You're actively seeking resources to get better armor, weapons, traps, and buffs. With that said, the name does suggest verticality. With this installment, there is more focus on climbing up to heights, which you can do with the grappling hook. While it's listed here as an open world game, it's not necessarily a massive open world. Instead, this game offers players maps to load into. Once you're in the section of the map, there are no loading screens, and you'll have quite a big area to explore, which is a bit like Monster Hunter World. So you can picture this game with multiple larger sandbox areas rather than a sprawling open world. Number 1. Far Cry 6. Far Cry fans are getting the 6th mainline installment released this year. Far Cry 6 is taking players to a more tropical location. Set on a fictional Caribbean island called Yara, the game centers on a dictator, EL President Anton Castillo. Players are stepping into the role of a guerrilla fighter that seems reluctant to take on the battle, Dani Rojas. However, forced into the fight, Dani begins their journey in overthrowing the regime. Like with past Far Cry games, you can expect plenty of characters to meet and wildlife as well. We're still waiting on the game, but so far, fortunately, because you are a guerrilla fighter, Dani can blend in as a typical average citizen. If you holster your weapon, Guards might not take much care of you in the open. This could also mean the ability to explore this large open world map without the worry of jumping right into battle. A big thanks to GameRanks for providing me with this information. That for watching, have a nice day.